Ever wondered why Jamaica's potholes seem legendary? They're practically part of our island's identity, right? Here's the thing. Some potholes appear within days of roads being paved. It's no accident. Road construction quality has been inconsistent, and, unfortunately, political ties often influence who gets contracts, not engineering skill. Historically, promises have been bold, like pothole-free by 2003, but even today, rain and heavy vehicles make quick work of shoddy materials. Did you know Jamaica's roads see more damage due to inadequate drainage systems too? The upkeep drains vehicle owners' wallets. Front-end damage, burst tires, you name it. Some call it a crisis impacting productivity and safety. But is there a lasting solution?
Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. So today, guys, the topic here is the conditions of Jamaica's roads. Yes, it is a hot topic, and we need to talk about it. So let's do it. So both the JLP and the PNP have acknowledged over the decades that we have had a serious problem with our road conditions. We needed upgraded road infrastructure. We need highways, byways, all of that. So we have acknowledged that as a country. Now, what have we done about it? We have seen the major highways. We've seen the overpass, which is new for Jamaica. We have seen road work being done in rural Jamaica. Yeah, we've seen this under both administrations. But based on what I've seen more of it under this current administration. This administration also just announced that they are putting in some $40 billion into road rehabilitation in all 63 constituencies in Jamaica. There's also a discussion, guys, about the quality of the work that is being done on some of our roadways. We've seen roadways that were done, that are still there, that are still, robust, while we have seen a few others that are lifting up, including some roads that are just old and giving way. We see some of the potholes, they might get deeper, things like that. In recent times, we've seen many storms and hurricanes and flooding, and due to that, it makes the condition worse. It is important to note that the PNP is using their operatives and telling their bloggers to take pictures of all the potholes and all the bad roads and put them on social media. And that is what the PNP is currently doing right now. To make the government look bad, or to make it seem like the PNP, when they were there, they fixed all the roads and left it in perfect condition. But at this time, they've become desperate. So, these are little things that they do. But the Prime Minister addressed the road conditions nationally, and I'm going to let you hear it.
You good?
Jamaicans, the question is, why does it take so long? And what about the conditions of our roads? So I'm here to give some context to the government's response to natural disasters, and specifically the conditions of our roads. Bear in mind that the majority of our roads are under extreme stress for several reasons. First, many of our roads, in fact most of our roads, have passed their engineered useful life. They were built in the 50s and 60s and 70s, and the kind of maintenance that is required to extend the useful engineering life of these roads, we were not able to finance it over the last 50 or so years. We have roads that are past their useful life. I mean, if you consider in any community in Jamaica, the road that passed your gate, for example, when was that road built in your community? And you would say decades ago. And how many times in those decades was your road substantially rehabilitated? So what we're facing is an accumulation of disinvestment in our roads, which have reached a crisis point. The second factor that we should bear in mind is that many of the roads that were constructed were not necessarily constructed to the engineering standards that would carry the level of traffic and the load. So in the last 10 years, the last figures I looked at suggested that the number of cars have significantly, probably doubled in Jamaica under this administration. So the wearing surface of roads are under significant stress. The third factor that we should consider is the change in climate change. Weather-related events are impacting our infrastructure in significant ways. And consider it from 2 points of view. First, it is the rain events. Many of our roads were not built in the first place with drainage, with the proper camber, and the layers of asphalt sometimes would not have been at the thickness to withstand the wear. The other point to note is that aside from increasing rain, there is also increased runoff. We have more houses, more paved areas, and that in itself generates more water, which wears the surface of the road. Consider as well that the time has gotten hotter, and that in itself has an impact on the material that is used. So if you put all of these things together, it is quite understandable why all Jamaicans are frustrated with the road situation. So I want to say to the country that the government is aware of it. The government is not insensitive to it. But to put Jamaicans in the frame of mind to understand that the response is not patch the road. Yes, we must respond by patching the road. It gives temporary relief. But if you really want to see a transformational change in Jamaica's road circumstances, in the same way that we have transformed our financial circumstances, it takes enterprise-level plan to do it, meaning that it is a multifaceted response that is needed.
Make a political point about roads. It is another thing to be able to do something about it. Mr. Speaker, we have seen politicians come and pontificate and make promises about roads. Pothole free by 2003. Mr. Speaker, we are here in 2024, and the people who made that promise then are the same people who are coming now to complain. Why did they make Jamaica pothole free in 2003? Why? You know why, Mr. Speaker? Because they did not create the economy to do it. And what they do now is to go around and play upon people's frustration without looking at exactly what needs to be done. Well, this administration, Mr. Speaker, knows exactly what needs to be done.
So yes, guys, it is now a political football. The bad roads are a political football for the PNP. And I don't know how well that's going to work out because, this has been a long-standing problem. What must be looked at and assessed is whether this current government is doing something about it. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Thank you for watching. Catch you later.